Hi, my name's Jennifer. Today I would like to talk to everybody about deflective rhetoric. Deflective rhetoric is when you use your words to try and deflect from the situation. Some common examples would be gaslighting or using red herrings. Also using scapegoats, right? So you're trying to deflect away from whatever situation might be happening. We see it happen commonly among accused in trials. So the accused will likely say things like, I'm too good of a person to do something like that. I would never intend to hurt this person. Things of that nature. So one example I wanted to help to explain deflective rhetoric and maybe give you more of your eyes on it so you can better understand it, is the show that came out on Netflix called Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. Obviously, it's about Ted Bundy, as most people know. So the movie isn't exactly like the case. However, there are a lot of similarities between the Ted Bundy case and this movie. So I wanted to use this movie and kind of pinpoint an example of where deflective rhetoric is used inside of the courtroom. So let me turn the camera around. Oh, I don't know that I know how. Okay, I don't know how to turn the camera around, so I'm going to do this.
Dr. Suma, is there any way to test whether those teeth will make the same marks over and over?
Yes. I took models of the defendant's teeth, and I went to the morgue. And I pressed those models into the buttocks area of different individuals, and yes, they do match.
I'm sorry, Dr. Suma, you did this experiment on cadavers?
Well, I couldn't find any live volunteers.
I have to question the competency of this expert witness.
Your Honor, I question the competency of this entire trial. This is a farce.
Oh, Dr. Suverin, on that, we could not agree more.
I feel duty-bound to remind you in the gallery that you were not on spring break. You are not waiting for the Flipper and Friends show at SeaWorld. It is a capital murder case. The court has already ruled on this witness's expertise.
Okay, so in that short little excerpt, we see a few examples of deflective rhetoric. We see it from the side of the counsel, who is actually Ted Bundy, who wanted to represent his own case. We see it from the witness, and then we see how the judge picks up on it and says, we've already discussed this. This is already a thing. So your point here is null and void. So whenever Ted Bundy comes, first he makes a mistake that a lot of new lawyers make. It's something that lawyers want to watch out for. It's something I was taught as an intern, is that you don't want to ask the witness a question that you do not already know the answer to. So when this case was going on, the teeth marks, using that as being able to identify who a suspect is, was brand new. Ted Bundy was not aware that that was going to come into the case and that it was going to work. So he asked the witness if there was actually a way to test the teeth, and he didn't know what the answer was going to be. He was confident that it was going to be no. So whenever the answer was yes and explained to him how it was tested, he begins to deflect by asking about the competency of the witness. So by asking about the competency of the witness, he's trying to gaslight him and make him question his own competency. However, the doctor was very well aware of the situation and what was happening, and so he deflects it back at the counsel and tells him that he believes the entire case is a joke, basically. And with that, I guess Ted Bundy couldn't come up with anything better to say, so he just says, I couldn't agree more with that. He clearly was used to using deflective rhetoric, but was not used to being the recipient of it and being able to have a good way to deal with whenever he was being deflected on. So the judge, being a judge who is very experienced, picked up on what was happening and went ahead and told the counsel, or Ted Bundy, that yes, we have already declared his competency well before the trial, and basically said your deflection isn't working here, in other words. So that's just one example that I wanted to bring up to help identify exactly where deflective rhetoric can be used in a courtroom. So it can be used by the judge. It can, even though that one isn't shown here, it can be used by the lawyer, or it can be used by the witness. Now, it's really up to the judge and the jury to pick up on it. Obviously, the jury wouldn't be able to say anything, but if they can pick up on it, then they're better to see that, or they're better capable of seeing that they need to listen carefully as to what's being said and what they're actually using to make judgment calls on whenever they go back to declare a verdict. So if they're able to pick up on that, if they're able to pick up on the deflective rhetoric, then they're able to see that somebody is trying to protect themselves. Deflection can be used as a protective technique because obviously that person wants the spotlight away from them. There's a reason they don't want that spotlight on them for that specific question or that specific conversation, so they're trying to deflect it off. This is just one example. It can be used in many different examples, but it's just something to keep an eye out for, so that we're better able to recognize when it's being used. A lot of people wonder, how did Ted Bundy get away with this for so long? How was he able to kill over 30 women? His use of language. He was able to scapegoat his way around every conversation, place blame somewhere else, on something else, tell his girlfriend that basically she was the crazy one for ever thinking that he could even possibly be guilty, causing her to question her own competency. So after watching the movie, you can kind of see how he uses his language and his words and his persona to be able and make it look like he's a normal person and deflect his way around all different situations. You see him do it with cops. You see him do it with his girlfriend, with his new girlfriend, who then becomes his wife, with many different individuals. So it's just something to be on the lookout for. And if you are asking an individual specific question, make sure they are giving you that answer to that question, and that they're not just deflecting away from it and giving you another answer that they think you'll be okay with. All right, that's all I have for deflective rhetoric.